I did mine on purpose.
Green, green, green. I kind of did mine on accident, and I mean,
That
totally
was
on
your
purpose.
chance to admit it, that
I
you
mean,
planned this.
totally planned it.
I hope everybody had a good pie day yesterday,
Yes.
and I did not have pie,
I
unfortunately.
didn't either.
But at least we're green. We're 2 days early for St. Patrick's Day.
Look at us. Look at us
It
being
ain't
on
easy.
top of things. Happy Sunday, everybody. It is
Yay.
Mo and Katie hit record and see what happens, which is
Mm,
exactly what we do.
yeah, exactly.
Nice. But Mo, you had a fun adventure today. You had a very 80s adventure today, didn't you?
I did. So, Spencer Horseman, who is my favorite magician, and he owns and runs, and he is the talent for Illusions, which is a phenomenal bar, and his wife Nicole makes the drinks, and she is a phenomenal bartender. They are such a great team to watch, and so we've been really, really lucky that we've become kind of included in their circle a little bit, and we got an invite. He just turned 40 last week, and
Baby.
so
He's a baby.
I know. But he had his birthday party at an arcade and it's called Game On. And I kind of looked and he had said something about like even the invite had like the pixelated, old machine kind of vibe. And I am preparing because I'm emceeing a party with an 80s theme next month at the Air Force Academy. And so I had bought all this stuff and I said, well, you know what? I didn't put the pants on, but I had the jacket, I had the stupid fanny
What
pack.
do your pants look like?
They look exactly like the
Are
one.
they like hammer pants? Oh my word. Oh my gosh, Moe.
This is what I mean, it matches the jacket. So I know what you're thinking is hammer pants. Nah, 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 nah,
It
nah,
looks
nah.
very Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, but so
You
I don't
wore,
know if today's
Honey,
party
you
was.
wore a freaking fanny pack today. I don't think in your life have I ever known you to wear a fanny pack because you hate fanny packs.
This is how much I commit to the theme. Is I had neon socks and I rolled my pants up. I didn't peg them, but
Ugh.
or my Converse. I know I had them pegged. It just didn't look right. So anyway, and then I had the
The fact
jacket
that
for
you know
that.
how to do that shows your age. The fact that you know what it means to peg and how to peg.
I tell you what though, all the old stuff is coming back. People getting VHS tapes, whatever. So people will be pegging their pants, and I'll wear a comb in my hair.
Peg my pants and then I would get the big bunchy socks.
That's what these
Where
were.
oh,
Yeah.
that's so
It's so funny when I came out. I had the hat. This whole thing came with the whole thing. So the hat that matched a little bucket hat, and
crazy.
the fanny pack. Everything was a whole kit.
Oh my gosh.
And Jen was, she got ready, and I walked out, and she's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Whatever. I'm committing. I'm owning it.
Is
and
Jen just wearing like normal, regular
yeah, just normal clothes."
2026
And
clothing?
so you go there, and there's a couple people that had like neon type stuff on, but Jen said later, she goes, "I was watching everybody after you walked by, they would go, 'Oh, that's so cool. That looks,' because and it just serendipitously." The place was all neon, and I'm pretty sure there's a black light at night because it was all had those kind of neon colors.
Perfect.
And then this one lady came up to me and she goes, "You know what?" She goes, "I really love your vibe," and she gave me a cup of tokens, game tokens. So I'm just like, okay.
See, wearing a fanny pack means good things
I
happen.
don't think it was a fanny pack, and now here's why: because I was sitting down, and so she could only see all of this magic. So
Did
I don't
you
think it's a fanny pack.
did you
Can't,
make your hair really big? Did you like
no, because I had the bucket hat on. So.
oh man.
Yeah, but it was fun. I mean, and again, it's so I just think all the times about you can have a birthday party, you can celebrate, do whatever, and you celebrated your dad's big birthday
Yep.
on Friday,
Yeah.
and it's just amazing how you can make it an experience. Like I think even your dad's birthday was an experience, like how the cake came in and who was there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And what we got him a card, one of the pop-up light up cards,
uh,
and it plays the song Happy and it has little lights. So my mom got in the habit of just coming over and pushing it, and then she'd stand there and dance for a while. It was funny.
what kind of card was it?
Oh my gosh, don't stop. Friends, if you're looking for a fun Mo and Katie show blast from the past, there is a podcast that exists. And better yet, there's a deep cut some unedited version of it too, that Mo will send you. So email Mo,
I
hey
will.
Mo at mobarrett.com, and she will send you.
I will.
And that's all we can
Anyway,
say about that. So yeah, so though Mo and I are best friends, there are a few things that we differ opinions on, and one of them is fanny packs. I think fanny packs are fantastic. I think they're hands-free. It's hands-free living. There's nothing more I like when I go to an amusement park than wearing a fanny pack.
well, no, listen, those are two different things. Hands-free living is something. Fanny packs are ridiculous. But I am a hands-free living person too. So, for example, and I have this travel vest, and it's got all the pockets. I have carried like a full iPad, not the Kindle little ones, but an iPad, and I also have a scarf that has all the things. Like I lose stuff in there because it's got all these pockets. I'm like, I know it's on me. I just don't know how to get into it. Jen hates this
So
vest.
I love it. So I remember you were wearing said vest when we went to Arlington Cemetery
Yep, yep.
with Mark and Sandy,
Hmm.
and they had to inspect it.
Oh, that's that's right. The security guard had a little problem with it too, didn't he?
He
I'm
lays
like, I
it
wish I
out
could
and
help you, but I don't know where anything is.
there's like a million pockets. Every single pocket is pulling some out, pulling some. It was so funny. I think it's great. I love, yeah,
See, no,
carrying everything.
that is an acceptable solution to hands-free living. A fanny pack is not. So just yeah, that's all.
We can agree to disagree,
We can agree that I'm right.
and you can be wrong.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. So you had Friday the 13th.
Yes.
You had Pie Day, which you didn't have
We have
pie.
Pie Day. I didn't have pie. I'm kind of disappointed. And then in 2 days we have St. Patrick's Day. So it is a busy, busy time of year,
Oh, it
everyone.
is the holiday season. I don't know what the people talking about Christmas are worried about.
And what's the lore with St. Patrick's Day? If you're not wearing green,
You get pinched
you get
or
pinched.
punched. It might be punched. I will probably just punch people. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Will you go up and pinch someone if they're not wearing green?
I can see scenarios when I would. But you have to see if people can play, right? I mean, like, so
I'm very excited about wearing my Kermit Shamrock hat earrings on Tuesday.
hat or earrings?
Well, they're earrings, but the part that goes here on the lobe is a little hat. It's a little like shamrocky top hat, and then Kermit hangs below. So that's happening this week.
Okay.
They're very cute. My student Sophia got them for me.
Nice.
One of my students, Sophia's. I have a handful of Sophia's.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Olivia's too. Oh, I have so many Olivia's. I think I have like 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Tale of 6 Olivia's.
That could be a musical. Haven't you always wanted to write a musical?
Yes, I will call it The Tale of 6 Olivia's.
They work for those two cities, you know.
Well, Mo, you have something exciting coming up too, though, because you host the Medal of Honor podcast,
Hmm.
which is called No, something about freedom. No, shoot.
Do you want any help or just watch you suffer?
Medal of Honor podcast is called Mission Inspire. That's what it is.
Dang, you're good.
It just
Wow. That's
Anyway.
impressive.
Thank you. But you are getting ready to go. What are you going to be hosting? Is it a fireside?
It's called a fireside chat.
Is
Yeah,
it will it
so
be a real fire?
I don't think so. I might bring some. I mean, it's Texas after all, so
Yeah, but you're flying, so that may be frowned upon.
yeah, I'll buy it when I get there. I'll have it delivered by Grubhub. I'd like a fire.
Do you know what the format of that and everything is going to be yet?
Yeah, so I've been given the questions and the follow-ups, and it's with Jack Jacobs, and he is so well spoken, and I've actually interviewed him twice on the podcast, and he he's just a phenomenal guy, and I think he was also into the banking world after he got out, so you know I'm just gonna start throwing words out like profit and loss statements and or just call them P&L as you do in the business, but yeah, so he just, I have some questions that I was given, and then it's going to be just him and I on stage, and then there'll be some Q&A from the audience, and that's always the fun because you never know what's going to come out of there. And then we're
Nice.
going to go right from that into he's signing his book that they sell in the museum gift shop there. So
Is it going to be in that theater room that's in
I think
the
so. I think so.
museum? Oh, it's so cool. That's
Yeah.
such a great room.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I really am. I just I'm just really, really grateful that I've been doing this since, has it been before COVID?
I don't remember.
I mean, it's been a couple years, and I love the chance to talk, not even to, I mean, I get to talk to recipients of the Medal of Honor, so not just that, but sometimes their family members or beneficiaries of what the Medal of Honor recipients have done. Or I mean, it's just it's such a neat opportunity, and I love meeting new people. I love getting the chance to ask them. I love going off script because the people who produce the podcast and do the recording, it's Seven Letters, the firm. I always sometimes feel bad, and I'm always curious, like when I go off script, how much actually makes it into the thing. But this one, there'll be no editing because it'll be live. So,
You also, and I've been to the Medal of Honor Museum with you, and it is just breathtaking. And I mean that in the most literal, serious sense that it is just stunning to see the artifacts. The way it's done, it's so thoughtful
mhm,
and it's architecturally beautiful, and
mhm,
it's really phenomenal. And another really wonderful thing that about you in the Medal of Honor Museum is that you actually read, so there's the names have been read out
mhm,
loud.
mhm.
Is it somewhere in the museum, right?
Yeah, so when you first start the experience and you go upstairs in the elevator, when you first walk in, there's like it's basically a movie theater that's all around you. And so at some point during there, all the names are read. So a bunch of us, I mean, there was a bunch of people that recorded several names, and I don't know what name that I recorded got put in there. So
Mo's name is on the credits for the
yeah,
movie at the museum, and she is the podcast host, and it's really phenomenal, and it's another thing, Moe, for which I'm really super grateful that you've brought into my life. Like I
mhm,
didn't know about, I mean, I've heard of it, like
yeah.
Forrest Gump and all that, but um, but
Which actually, when you first walk into the museum, and that's kind of it, you just walk in onto the set of Forrest Gump. No,
Tom Hanks is sitting there. It's a whole thing.
yeah,
Um, but that's something that I've become so much more educated about, and I just think as Americans we need to know about that stuff. We
yeah.
need to know about the stories of people who have given life and limb so that we can have
Mhm.
freedom. But it's just such a wonderful organization, and you've gotten to participate in so many.
Yeah,
I remember you were at the ribbon cutting, and I was able to watch it. I was able to watch it on my phone.
yeah.
Um, it was just really cool. So
I'll tell you what though, the ribbon cutting and the Mission to Inspire spectacular, which was the probably either that night or I got to watch okay, so the Mission to Inspire spectacular on the grand opening it had a drone show, which I had never seen a drone show
wow.
before. I mean, I guess I mean obviously it's a thing now, and fireworks. But the really cool part was I went to the rehearsal the night prior of the drone show and some of the fireworks. So it wasn't all of them, but it was really cool because like at one point in the final drone show there was like a flag, so like there's all 1,200 drones are in a flag formation, red, white, and blue. Well, on the rehearsal night, all it was just an outline, and so there was just it was so cool.
Yeah,
But
the other drones were sleeping. They
yeah,
were
like
resting.
they're unionized. But
And
but one
very
of the
much
things
interesting.
was really cool about that was we also did a bunch of recordings, and I got to talk to the basically the event, the drone show and fireworks creative director, and I got to interview him and just talk to the team about how they did everything, and it's all like computer simulations and things like that. And I can't remember how many locations things were launched from, and there was actually two fleets of drones. So that we know one set was up, and then at some point, based on the transitions, the other ones would have their lights off, and they would come in and take over the new graphics, so these guys could go in and battery. I mean, it was just to hear the logistics behind it. But I'm telling you what, I have never seen, and I love fireworks, but I've never seen anything like this drone show. But
That's
what
awesome.
was really fascinating was talking to the designers and the whole team that put that together. And they were talking about the finale, like how are they going to do the end of the fireworks show. And so they have this computer simulation. They have they're all loaded. Like, okay, this is the grenade, and this is the cherry bomb, or whatever the colors and all the names for each individual effect. So they're getting ready to render and show this one section of it, and they go to the guy that's like, okay, go ahead and hit play so we can see this. Well, he hit the wrong button.
Oh no.
And he launched on the simulation on the computer. He launched everything all at once.
Oh, Lord.
But they're like, oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. So that became the actual finale of the show, is this mistake of hitting the wrong button or launching too many things, but he launched all these things. We're like, that needs to be the finale. And that's how the finale came about, was by somebody hitting the wrong button during the simulation.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, and like me, I always love the behind the scenes stuff. And one of the things, his name was Stephen Dahlgren. I'm probably not saying his name right, but he was like kind of the creative head of that, and all the stuff, the drone show, and so Savannah Guthrie had been at the grand opening. I don't know why she didn't say hi. So anyway, but
Rude.
then she was on the Today Show like a couple days later, and she was talking about it, and she was talking about how phenomenal the drone show was, and blah blah blah. And when we were at the museum recording about all the behind the scenes stuff, this guy Benji said, he goes, oh well, Savannah Guthrie was talking about it, and he's like, what, really? So I have a video of Steven being shown the Today Show clip where Savannah Guthrie is praising his work. And he's like, I'm going to send it to my mom. And so I sent him that video, and I just heard back from him today. I just followed up with him.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he said, I sent it to my mom and shared it with her. And for a little while, I was the favorite son again.
Just for a minute.
But yeah, I love all the behind the scenes stuff, and knowing how things happen and don't happen. And one of the things about the recipients is, I mean, every single one that I've talked to, they all, in a way, feel unworthy because they said they did something extraordinary. They're an ordinary person doing something extraordinary. He goes, but they're like, it just so happened that somebody witnessed it. It just so happened that somebody submitted it. And they all say there were plenty of the people out there who died or got injured or were saving lives, and for whatever reason, whether circumstances or witnesses or processes, they weren't recognized in the same way we were. So all of them say, I wear this Medal of Honor as a recipient, but I wear it for all the other people who still also did extraordinary things. I mean, I'm to a T, all of them say that.
It's amazing.
But yeah.
That's awesome. It's a wonderful organization. I'm really glad that you get a chance to do the fireside chat this weekend, and just all the things that you get to do. We'll hopefully get to breeze by there in April when we're out for the WASP homecoming.
So speaking of that, so we were talking about all the holidays that were in there. So Sweetwater, Texas is known for two things. Unfortunately, the thing that we're going for is not the thing that it's most well known for, but we're going to flip that script. But the thing it's most well known for is the rattlesnake roundup. It's supposedly the world's largest, or somebody's largest. Everybody's got all these superlatives, but it's one of the largest rattlesnake roundups, and that's what Sweetwater, Texas. So this past weekend, 13, 14, and I think today, was the rattlesnake roundup in Sweetwater, Texas. And then the second thing, which should be the first thing it's most known for, is for training the World War II pilots, the Women Air Force Service pilots at Avenger Field. And that's what we're going to go.
We're really excited. Yeah, we're really excited about doing that again. It's always fun. Well, I mean, last year, again, a whole education for me. Just didn't know. It's phenomenal. And this year we've got this cool phenomenon in our business, Moe, of being able to do events a second or third time, and how cool it is to go back and it's the same place and a lot of the same faces, but it's a new experience. And so I'm really excited about doing this for the second time. And you've got a little bit of miles under your tires, this time I know what to expect. I know what it's going to look like to be there. And it just allows us to think about it and dream a little differently. And
the cool thing too is a lot of the elements, a lot of the things that we're doing are going to be the same, but they're not going to be the same. The way we do it will not be the same. So we're up leveling some stuff. And one thing, in fact, I was just working on this tonight. Joe Bentel, who's the designer, and so I think it says I looked at the website. Was we're creating, the long story short is we're creating a WASP sing along songbook, and there have been plenty of songbooks that the WASP have produced and typed out, and there's a bunch of different versions of them. But one of the things that we did last year was we sang a lot of the songs that the WASP sang, and they're not all HR friendly.
No.
But one of the things that I was, what's that?
Some of them didn't age well.
Yeah. But one of the things I thought was really fascinating was a lot of them were parodied songs. So
Yeah.
like the Wasp would take a song that already exists and they would change the words. And I think what's really cool about music and the way they did the lyrics is they're able to kind of complain about their circumstances because
Yep.
they weren't recognized by their country. They weren't valued. They weren't given military status. They had to pay their own way to get there. They had to go into pilot training with at least 300 hours, or like there's different things that they had to do that it was not a level playing field. And so these songs were an opportunity to kind of bitch about it in song.
Exactly.
So one of the things that so Katie and Joe and I are working on a smaller version for this year's homecoming, which is next month, and we're going to have a demo version essentially of the WASP sing along songbook, and so we're going to have like 4 or 5 songs in there. So it's going to have the chords, the lyrics, a little bit about the song, but it's also going to talk about the original song on which that parody is based. So we're kind of putting that, and then it's all this got these pictures from
It's
the
beautiful.
actual WASP. Yeah, it's I'm excited about this, but it's
Really
coming together. So
And I'm excited too because we were able, so there's a song that was called the Wasp Song, and it was written, all of this happened, nearly 100 years ago, like 80 years ago, 1940s. Yeah.
yeah,
And
well, I
one
guess
of
it is
the
almost. Yeah, sorry, I was like, okay, yes, 1943,
steam
44.
coming out of your ears from the math that you're doing right now.
Yeah, my little abacus is going ping, 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 ping. All the beads are popping off. Yeah.
But there's a song called the Wasp Song, and the lyrics are in one of the Wasp songbooks. Because it has been a long period of time since all this existed, there is no existing music to this set of lyrics.
Mhm.
Nothing recorded, nothing written out. Uh, those that are close to there's only, I think, 3 living wasps
I think
still,
so, 2 or 3.
and they're all, I think, over 100 years old. But even their families, like we've been asking those that would have knowledge in this area, and nobody can trace this song back. So this is a song that is basically lost. And so last year, Mo and I started poking around with this song, and I actually took the lyrics and wrote a melody and some sheet music to it. And our goal is to bring this song back to life.
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to be like it originally was because nobody knows what that sounds like.
Well,
But at
it
least
might be what
it might be the exact same thing. But this song that was essentially dead and lost, we're able to bring it back to life, and it's just another way that we can honor these women. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what we're going to do with it this year. Or we're not sure what we're going to do with it yet, but
Yeah.
I've got like actual sheet music and so re-debut this
Yeah.
song and honor the woman that wrote it
Yeah.
and who's no longer with us, and
Yeah.
bring it back to life. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Just a lot of cool things that we've been given to, we had this idea. I've had this idea for the songbook for a few years now, and I was on, it was in the design files, and I was actually doing some edits today. And then you and I have to do some work with lining chords and stuff like that. But yeah, it's funny because on my computer I have one of my folders is ideas, and under that is a folder of concepts, and then another folder of developed. And so I have not yet moved the WASP songbook from concept to the develop folder, but full stop is in there as well. Full stop is
That
is a concept, and until we get our trademark on that and get it more socialized, that'll go to the develop folder. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's kind of like a high-tech advanced to-do list. Well, I got to move everything to the new folder.
Copy paste, drag.
Yeah. So anyway.
Well, among the other things that it is the season for, it is musical season, kids.
Woo!
Woo! So, if you could see my calendar right now, there were 4 musicals this weekend, and I was not able to go to them because I was out of town. But I will say that my ukulele made its stage debut this weekend.
Nice.
So I have a student who has a part in Godspell at one of the local high schools here at Curley High School, which is a boys' high school, and they recruit girls to be in their shows. And my student Lily said they want me to play the song on the ukulele, and I said, okay. How well do you play the ukulele? And she's like, not at all. And I'm like, okay, do you have a ukulele? She's like, no. I was like,
Step
okay.
1.
Schedule an extra lesson. She came over and we figured out how to play the song on the ukulele. She took it with her and it has been on stage this weekend with her in Godspell.
How did it go? I mean,
I don't
did
know
she
yet. I got to reach out to her. I got to find
Yeah.
out. So, and then I had 2 students in Mamma Mia, so I'm not going to get to see that. But next weekend I will see weekend 2 of Grease. One of my girls has the lead in that, and one of my male adult voice students is in the pit orchestra for that one.
Oh, cool.
And that's kind of neat. And then I have another kid in the company. And then we are going together to see Mean Girls on
I
Friday.
was just going to say, and who are we taking with us?
We're taking Janine, who is
Yes.
our former lead and very dear friend and fellow musical enthusiast. So she's going with us.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
I made the joke. I made the joke seriously that I was loving that Mean Girls gonna be a sing-along, and I was told it is not. However, I know Katie and Janine will probably either try not to sing along, but
I will also be vocal coaching for my seat because I tend to do that when my girls sound ridiculous. So next week is Mean Girls in Greece, and the following and Percy Jackson was this weekend too, and then the following weekend is Les Mis and Something Rotten at Calvert Hall, which is
Nice.
a hilarious musical. So yeah.
Speaking of vocal coaching, Katie and I were at an event recently, and one of the speakers was up there, and Katie leans over and says to me, she constricts her false vocal folds. And I'm like, okay, that was a weird thing to say, but okay.
You were always telling me things in the airplane that are happening that I don't know.
But I'm making that up. I don't know. I think they're called wings, tires. I don't know.
Happy things go up and come down.
Yeah.
I was laughing the other day how I had to give Mo it was actually my known traveler number. She was booking our flight, and I if you've watched our series, correct me if I'm wrong, you will know that I do not know the phonetic alphabet. So I started off really well because the first 2 letters were T, and I said tango, tango, and then I think I said
Velociraptor
for V. Starts with V. You knew what I was saying.
Yeah, well, you may not be able to go through TSA pre-check, so whatever.
She read it back to me like correctly, and I was like, well, that's not what I said, but okay.
Yeah, well, again, you may not be able to go through TSA pre-check, so enjoy the long line.
My version of the phonetic alphabet has a lot of dinosaurs in it. But for pterodactyl, I'm not sure what to do because
P.
the P is silent.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
I think that's a good place to Sierra Tango Oscar Papa. So I think we will shut it down for the night and let everybody go get their green and be ready for St. Patrick's Day.
no, you meant to say spaghetti tyrannosaurus Oprah papaya.
Thanks for tuning in.
We will see you this week for Full Stop Friday. We're excited. We love coming on Friday and talking about full stop and ways that you can add a tiny twist to the things that you're
Yeah, there was a graphic last Friday because I did it solo.
You did.
Yeah, I
And
had no idea if I was speaking English because I was basically talking to myself, and Holly was on there, so I was chatting with her. So that's about it. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good week and happy St. Patrick's Day. Go pinch somebody.
Pinch, pinch, punch, punch.